We're good to go.
Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vanessa. I will call to order this February 7th, 2023 meeting of Lawrence County Board of Commissioners. Would all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a brief moment of silence. George, will you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. You didn't notice it was interactive.
What did you say back there?
Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here.
Commissioner Boyd?
Here. Row officer reports and comments. Looking out in the audience today, we have no row officers or representatives thereof. Public comments. Any member of the public wish to make any comment?
George, what Morgan will do next, he'll ask you to recite the Gettysburg Address.
I was thinking about asking to lead us in prayers.
You got to be careful.
Tough
Get the
crowd.
doors right there.
Can you do the Gettysburg? That would be spectacular.
Right.
You do? Well.
I'm not volunteering. We're scoring.
As far as I can go.
This compound union conceived and lived and dedicated to the proposition of all men are created
That
equal.
started something.
I think you might have.
Very good, Loretta.
I think I learned it in fourth, fifth grade. That was the beginning of my public speaking.
That was the end. Remember, no repository bids, no advertising bids proposals, no receipt of bids proposals. We do have a warrant register for January 31, 2023. I'll give my colleagues a minute to check that over before making a motion to accept the warrant register.
So moved.
With you in just a second. I will second.
Motion second for discussion here, non-question motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Up next, we have the minutes from Tuesday, January 31, 2022, last meeting of Lawrence County Board of Commissioners. And I'll give my colleague a minute to check those over. And I'll take a motion to approve the minutes or make any changes as necessary to speak.
Oh, Rebecca had so much fun last week, she's.
Back again.
Back for more.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
I also had so much fun that I'm back.
Yes.
That, legal requirement.
Oh, my goodness. I will move to accept the minutes as written.
Second with a very minor correction.
You got it.
I just happened to catch it by luck. On the very last page under public comments, that should read Kenny Rice, not Kenny Price. Remove the P.
Yep,
But they got it right up at the beginning, under the list of people attending.
Just be a little scrivener's error. All right, with that change, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion here, non-question motion, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. We have one written communication from CSC Environmental for Health and Safety, Living Paving Castle Builders, it's MPDES permit renewal in the city of Newcastle. That's their facility located on Moravia Street. Yeah, they're just applying for a routine MPDES renewal. We see these damn near every meeting.
Mhm.
So I'll take a motion to accept and file that.
So moved.
I will second.
Motion second, any further discussion here, non-question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Staff reports, do we remember staff and anything to report above and beyond what's already on the agenda? Commissioner reports and comments, Dan, you're on deck.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyd. It's nice to see Mr. Johnson here today. It's interesting because if I recall, last week we had a Shenango Township Supervisor here. So today we have a Slippery Rock Township Supervisor. So welcome, George.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all I have this morning.
Thank you. Loretta?
I just want to comment on the East Palestine incident with the train derailment to just reassure our Lawrence County residents that our Emergency Services Public Safety Director, Chad Strobel, was on top of everything happening and going on, in contact with the authorities in all of the different municipalities, the counties here and across the border in Ohio to keep us up to date. And we have, as commissioners, been well informed of everything that was happening and going on. And pleased to say that we did not have to be evacuated or, sheltering in place, any of those instances. If that would have happened, I am sure that, again, our Public Safety Director, Chad Strobel, would have indicated that to us and taken care of the proper procedures to follow and making sure that everybody knew what they needed to do. So just wanted to comment on that. Job well done, although none of our services were needed and we did not have to activate any emergency protocols, but just to reassure that our residents that we were on top of it, and our Public Safety Department was on top of it as well.
I'm gonna say a little bit more bluntly, there is no evacuation right now in Orange County.
Stop calling.
Please.
And to say that it was a well-executed burn that they did, or the release of the chemicals that they did, everything went as planned, and that was good, because there could have been some ill effects of that as well, but everything went as planned, and that's always a good thing.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yes.
I really have nothing. New resolutions. First on deck, Becky, I'm assuming you're here for the status.
All of them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so last week, I believe, we opened bids and we're about to award the lowest bidder for the storm damage work at Savage Break Trail.
This will come out of our Marcellus Legacy account, which is the account we've traditionally used to maintain these parks. And again, I'm hopeful that these will be unnecessary in the future as we onboard that parks manager position.
We also received a grant for $30,000.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, right there, so this is that cost of what, $6,000 to the $6,020 to the county. So yeah, thank you, Joe, and planning for pulling this together. We'll make this,
Thank you.
I really hope the next resolution's coming out of a grant. I'll take a motion on 50.
So moved.
Second?
Motion is second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa, please call a roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. 51, please tell me this is coming out of a grant.
And this is the grant that for the completion, continuation of the Quaker Falls DCNR grant. We had to assign a design consultant and engineer for us to move forward with the plans and specs for what we plan to do there at Quaker Falls.
So this is coming out of the C2P2 grant, this
Yes.
57,000?
Yes.
That makes me vote yes for it. Questions, comments?
Yeah, thank you. What are the next steps?
Well, yeah, first we have to submit this to the state, let them know that who RER is. And from there, we start with the drawings, and then we have to complete a very detailed bid packet. So we will be setting it up for bid once again as to what the plans are and prices coming in as far as what.
And what will those plans be? What will change
Well,
at the park?
Well, what our plans hopefully are is a new pavilion,
Mhm.
2 overlooks, and also, that all has to be ADA accessible.
Right.
Both overlooks as far as, and as well as the pavilion. So anything that will, adhere to that and abut to it, all has to be ADA.
Are the fencing safety measures that we've put into place, are, as best we can, are we up to speed
Oh,
as
yes.
far as those
Yes,
are
we are.
concerned?
Yeah, everything has been complete on both of those, the gorge one and also on the pedestrian bridge itself.
Great.
So everything is right where P4 wants us, so.
And I just think we remind folks, just be very cautious out there. It's a very steep drop.
Oh, yes.
And I don't mean to talk about Mr. Johnson again, but he knows full well about steep drops out at McConnell's Mill
Right.
State Park.
For sure.
We're talking about the Quaker Falls park that the county owns out in Mahoning Township. That's somewhat of a gorge also. So
Right.
we've put some protective fencing up keep people from slipping accidentally and getting too close and falling down. But I know you know all too well how frequently that happens out at the state park. I'm sure you get called there quite often. But thank you very much.
Greta,
All good.
take a motion on 51.
So moved.
Second?
Motion second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thanks, Becky. I can take this last
Oh,
one
you
if you
got
want, if you wanna.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, this is, we made a slight error, last week. The New Wilmington contract should have gone to the New Wilmington EDC, their Economic Development Corporation, instead of the borough itself. So we're just amending that language.
That's fine with me.
I'll take a motion on 52.
So moved.
Second. Motion second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. This next resolution is amending our employee handbook regarding a work from home policy. The policy explicitly prohibits work from home unless approved. Let me get this. I did, but I haven't read it. Unless approved, by the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners. I will note that for both the row officers and the courts, they still have to receive approval from the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners in order to work from home. But otherwise, work from home is now prohibited, at Lawrence County government. Questions or comments on that? The purpose for this is, since COVID, we've been a little bit lax in what we've allowed to occur, in terms of work schedules. We've had some employees working from home without notifying, the appropriate chain of command. We've had other employees selectively take off to go work from home. This effectively does eliminate work from home, unless an employee, and again, that employee could be reported to row officers, court administration, or commissioner. It's any employee that works for Lawrence County government, unless they requested and the commissioners approve their work from home. So I'll take a motion on 53 unless there's any questions or comments.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 54. This is CYS Northwest Media. This is a massive amount for this agency, $3,700. I think we spent that last
Well,
hour.
thank you.
And it's a just in case, right? Thank you.
So what do we have going on with we'll do Northwest Media, and then I'll let you guys jump right into Diversified Treatment Alternative Centers, and we'll take them both together unless anyone has an objection to that.
Spend that at Starbucks in about 6 months.
I actually probably do. That's probably close to what my expenditure is.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I did some bullet points for you guys. Northwest Media is our foster parent college that our new kinship and foster homes go through as part of their training requirements for certification. In the past year, 92 people were trained. That was 389 sessions, totaling 1,028 hours completed. We received a 91.7% satisfaction rate from the foster and kinship families. Core training list. So these are the list of trainings that the foster and kinship parents must have at the beginning before certification. Working with birth parents, child welfare team, supporting normalcy, trauma-informed parenting, understanding behavior in foster children, working with primary families, child safety and supervision, grief and loss in the care system, and non-compliance and defiance. Those are the core trainings that they must go through before they're certified. County cost is $3,750. When you break that down, it's $40.76 per person at $3.68 per training hour.
Questions or comments on that?
No, I appreciate your thoroughness. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just for the viewing audience, Bill Blows, supervisor,
A foster and
foster care,
kinship program.
foster and
Yes.
kinship programming at Children and Youth Services.
Yes.
And then Mike, I assume you're here for Diversified Treatment Alternative Centers.
Yeah, it won't be that long.
Take it away.
Again, this is a backup provider. They provide services for children with mental and behavioral health issues. We don't project to use them. but we just had, and this is a backup.
Understood. Very good. I see they're out in Milton, Pennsylvania, which is where, at least at one time, and they may still do. They used to make Chef Boyardee out in Milton, Pennsylvania, the canned spaghetti.
I got through college with that.
Did you? That's great. I don't know if they still make it down. I'll look into that.
Absolutely phenomenal. That and tacos, that's how I survived.
What was the second name?
Tacos.
Tacos, yeah.
Like oodles and noodles?
No, I skipped out on the
Okay.
oodles and noodles. I've eaten, don't get me wrong, I think everyone has, but no, I shifted over to Chef
That was
Boyardee.
my college food as well. Noodles and
Noodles and
noodles.
noodles.
Chef Boyardee.
You do what you can to get sustenance
Here you go.
or plug the hangover. I'll take a motion on 54 or 55.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. You guys actually remind me.
Thank you, guys.
Last year, we had Director Bout in here to do an extensive recap of CYS activities. I thought that was beneficial. It was beneficial to me,
Yes.
and I know it was also very beneficial to the public. And I know that the department has made great strides, even since the last time Director Bout's been in. Our number of kids in care are way down. We've improved safety measures. Our caseworker retention is improving. It might be helpful to have Director Bout in here again, just for another one of those
Absolutely.
comprehensive presentations. So if neither of you object, I might reach out to him. Maybe not next week. I feel like Valentine's Day is an inappropriate time for that. Maybe the week after we'll have John come in and.
Absolutely.
Good idea.
Thanks,
Uh,
guys.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Up next, and this one's gonna break the bank too. Human Resources, $40.50 of their contingency to their association dues for our registered recorder notary information. So I'll take a motion on that.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second, any further discussion, hearing none, question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next commissioners meeting will be held Tuesday, Valentine's Day on 10 a.m. at the commissioners meeting room. There will be an opioid advisory board meeting today at noon in this room. I actually was with one of the chiefs of police of the county last night, and he inquired, which I was happy to hear that they were inquiring about some funding for some technology upgrades in their police cars. And so after I got Joe on the phone at 9:30 at night, and I appreciate you answering, we figured out what the procedure was for that.
Yes.
And I think
We
that
made it as simple as we can.
that's the art. In this county, simple is better.
It's better, yes.
And so I think you'll see an application, but I was happy to hear that the police department was looking for sources of funds and looking to potentially tap into our opioid allocation. There'll be a planning commission meeting on Wednesday, February 8th at 12 o'clock noon in Bessemer Borough Building. And there will be a prison board meeting on Wednesday, February 15th at 12 o'clock noon in the commissioners meeting room. Am I missing anything?
That's it.
I think that's it.
We're closed on the 20th,
Are we?
President's Day,
President's Day,
Monday the 20th.
yes.
Do I have that right, the 20th? Yes.
All right, any additional public comments? Seeing none, George, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes, I did.
Any additional comments?
Sunny will be here next week.
George, I'll say this, out of respect for Chairman Boyd, I held the position of chairman for a number of years, and you can see how efficiently these meetings are run. If I were chairing it, we'd be halfway through. No, this is,
Yes, there-
we're generally out of here in about a half an hour, give or
Yes.
take, depends on how much is on the agenda, but it's, he keeps them
Right.
moving.
My record's 5 minutes.
yes.
I don't think I'm gonna beat that one. But thanks, Dan.
Sure.
All right, I will adjourn the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners.
Debbie, I have, if you'd like the packet. Oh, my. There we go. Good to see you, Debbie. George?